So the next talk will be given by Professor Ilknur Turkmen. She is from the Department of Pathology, Memorial Healthcare Group, Turkey, and she's going to talk about digital transformation, lessons learned from our mistake. Prof. Ilknur, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the introduction. I will start with sharing my screen. Yes. It is okay, I think. Yes, I am so happy to welcome all the audiences for the first introduction of ASDP to this webinar. And I will tell about my institution's digitalization journey. The outline contains project and change management, hardware and software totally. AI is not included in this talk, but always kept in mind when digitalization. And I like this sentence from Bertolt Brecht: intelligence is not to make no mistakes, but quickly to see how to make them good. And this sentence is on the wall of our laboratory.
Sorry,
and
Prof.
This is why...
Hi, we are not seeing your slides.
You are, excuse me.
Sorry.
Is it okay? No.
Not yet. Probably need to screen share the.
Maybe you can close the presentation and open it again and share.
Yes, the screen sharing is starting. Yes, we can see the slides now.
Yes, sorry for that. Intelligence is not to make no mistakes, to see them and how to make them good. So I like my mistakes, and I hope that at the end of my talk, you also learn from our mistakes and not to make them. And I want to start with who we are. We are a group of hospital groups of 12 hospitals with 3 upcoming ones. And the pathology department went live 3 years ago. We are 18 pathologists with all subspecialties, 8 of them working fully digital. Case number per year is 7K, and we produce a data amount of 2 terabytes daily. We have a full digital workflow and tracking, and we will be fully digitalized in 2024. For now, we are 60% digitalized, and we are an ISO 15189 accredited laboratory. When we are thinking about and telling about digital pathology, the first thing we see is digital scanning, and the fact that digital pathology and digital implementation is so more than digital scanners. And the whole scenario includes the digital workflow with dictation, tracking, barcode reading, LIS, and integration to hospital information system. Then the digital scanning comes. After you have the whole slide images, then you can make the digital reporting, and at the end, you can use AI and clinical decision support with all this infrastructure. The first thing in digital implementation is change management. Why to digitize? For today, we know that this is not the question. Why is not the question of today, because we know that future is digital in pathology. But when you are making digital implementation, you have so many questions. Why do we digitize? From your secretary, from your technicians, from your pathologists, and from your directors. Why to digitize? Happily, we have a lot of answers in literature, and the increasing experience show that with digitalization, we decrease the mistakes, we increase the patient security, we increase the efficiency in the pathology laboratory, and to be ready for AI age, we should be digitized. But in implementation, you will face resistance and you will have a lot of challenges, but it is good to manage those. What are the challenges in digital implementation? There is still lack of standards. In laboratory, you have a space problem, middleware functional gaps. You are changing the laboratory and you are changing the technical skills. And cost is a big question to be answered mostly to the directors, and you should deal with downtime issues. Then the project management. Happily, there are a lot of guides how to digitize for now, and this is from LabPon. And they shared a roadmap how to start with 12 steps. And as you see, the first 3 steps is not scanners, and digital scanners is at the 4th step. And the red numbers are the steps we followed, and we made some mistakes. We first buy the scanners, and workflow analysis of the laboratory was a little late, and we are still making it. So be careful about the project management and work on it very well before starting. And luckily, this is one review from Norman Zerbe Group. In one review, you can reach all of the experiences, most of the experiences in the literature. So it is more easy for now how to make the project management. Lab design. Some good news and some bad news are present at lab design. Good news is that digital pathology increases the slide quality because as pathologists under microscope, we can diagnose with thick slides, with tiered slides or folded slides. But it is not the case for digital scanners. Scanners are not as adaptable as pathologists. And the result is good, but the slide quality is good and standard. For that, bad news is what, if it is bad or not, things should change in the laboratory. You will have some problems. Those are not problems for analog pathologists, but problem for digital scanners. Thick section, air bubbles, excess glue, cover slip extending over the slide or sections at the slide edge are the problems you should solve in digital implementation. And besides, we have digital pathology specific problems because barcodes, labels, and integration come to our life with digital pathology. And this change should be managed in the laboratory. The next step, which scanner? Before deciding about the scanner, workload analysis and working conditions should be considered very carefully. How many slides do you have per day, per week, totally per year? Do you have mostly biopsies or resections? Do you want to make cytology with digital pathology? How many cases IHC and do you want fluorescence scanning? Do you want 20x or 40x scanning? What's your archiving strategy? And what are the pathologist working hours? If all the pathologists start at one time and stop at one time, it is different than it is distributed for the daytime. Reporting time, you should decide what to do, and operation conditions. After that, it's my honor to talk after Anil Parvani for today. And this is a good review from his group. All the scanners available. You can look at the capacity, continuous loading, scanning time, image quality, archive load. If it is easy to use, both on hardware and software part. Integration and certification, mega slide scanning capacity or 3D Z-stack scanning capacity are the properties you should look for. And then the software. Software is a great deal in digital pathology implementation because there is a complex workflow. And you should first decide to make an appless center or IMS center or hospital information system centered workflow. We chose an Apple centered one. And at this part, integration is the keyword, and sometimes it is difficult. In my presentations about integration, I use this bomb image because if it is not managed well, it is something that you have a bomb in the laboratory because it is not easy, should be planned well, should be managed well, and you should have a downtime plan, more than one maybe. It is difficult because you have different vendors, they have different strategies, the communication can be difficult, still lack of standardization is a big problem, and integration should be paid, and you should care this very much. Later on, IT infrastructure is important because digital pathology is an IT project as well as a pathology project. The hardware, you should care about barcode readers, computers, screen, even mouse. And then LIS and EMR communication is important, and it must be planned with IT. Don't forget that. Network bandwidth, that data security are the things to be discussed with IT team. Later on, the storage. As well as what to scan, it is important that what to erase, when to erase, how long to keep, and how to mark the ones to erase. For example, for today, we don't have an easy way to mark the 4 slides, for example, in a 40 slide case. So storage is important. Do you have a plan for AI development? And in this part, what's the message I can give, and it is shared by others in their work, applets should be ready when you start on day one. Also, to be kept in mind, each of them are individual topics, so I'm not going on that, but validation of each pathologist is important. AI plan, will you use ready ones or will you make your own? You should think about the storage, data infrastructure, data security with the AI plan. And QC procedures. Two important topics is quality in digital pathology, something new, and you should care about the quality of your digital slides as well. And digital pathology can be used, or digitalization can be used in QC. It is so important to go and so exciting. So, as a summary, do's and do nots. We have an Apple-centered workflow, and we are happy with that. It can change, but if you plan well, it goes well. Teamwork is important. We got well because we were on day one decided that we will be a digital pathology, and we faced little resistance for that. And you should manage if you change the laboratory, and if you not start with digitalization, it can be a big issue. Tracking and workflow, digital workflow, is what we did good, and it makes easy when you pass the starting part. Full digitalization make the things easier, because if you not do like that, and if you have partial digitalization, it means an addendum to your workflow, and it can be difficult. IT team should be in team is an important issue, and good communication with the vendors makes the things easier. And be careful, and do not make your applets to be ready on your road. Applets should be ready on day one. Integration should be held carefully in detail on day one, and IT team should have all the detail on day one. Are the summary results of our journey. But at the end, we have a workflow like this. In Turkey, we have 12 hospitals in 5 different cities of Turkey. And this team came face to face at the end of second year, but we were able to be a good team. It is good, and it is only possible with digital pathology. Without DP, we cannot manage this workflow. So, with the theme of Bridging Asia with Digital Pathology Innovations, I thank all the attendees and all the organizing committee and send my love from Istanbul with the Bosphorus Bridge between Asia and Europe. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ilknur Turkmen. Thank you for sharing the wonderful experience you have with us. I learned a lot. I will keep keep in mind what you have told us for setting our laboratory. Thank you very much.